What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Golden Hashira here, and today we are going to be reviewing the 10th chapter of the Hunters Guild Red Hood. Now, if you all do enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. I wanted to record this a couple days ago, but I kind of had like a few Wi-Fi issues, and it was just going off and on. So that's the reason why I couldn't. But the good news is that chapter 11 releases either Friday or Saturday. So hopefully that the chapters will remain to come out either Friday or Saturday instead of Sunday. So then that way I can try and get the video out a bit earlier. So yeah. So without any further ado, let's begin. So we start off with Velu having like a little flashback of a game that him and the other kids in the hamlet used to play, where one person would dress up as a werewolf and put a tail on, and then the other kids would try and steal it. So it's basically similar to what's going on right now of the game of cops and robbers, except with the twist with obviously the handcuffs. So Velu notices that Debonair has 4 pairs and Grim has 5 pairs of handcuffs. So Debonair rushes towards one of the participants, asking her, "Do you really think you can steal the cuffs from me?" And then from there, we get like a little flashback as to the plan that they came up with. And it was actually kind of like 2 plans that they came up with. So the first one was to cut off their supply chain, and then that way the cops will lose their ability to arrest anybody. And also everybody, all the participants would pass. While the other plan was to get more allies to try to swarm the cops, but this wasn't really this part of the plan likely wasn't going to work because the cops had possibly planned for this already. So that's why it actually wasn't going to work. So the test, remember, is a total of 2 hours, and we just see some of the participants trying to face off against Debonair, and then somebody's belt eroded. I forgot if that was, I think that was Debonair. Yeah, that was Debonair's. So one of the participants managed to grab some of the cups from Debonair and was just passing them along. And that's when Grim notices that they were actually after the cuffs all along. So one of the participants, Nulo, passes the cuffs to the others. And that's when Velu gets, well, actually no. Yeah, Velu gets kind of captured or whatever, and he's kind of stuck under one of the other participants because of Grim. And then we see one of the participants using like some magic spell or whatever called Tower of Divine Favor, I believe, and trying to use it against Debonair to throw her off, but 3 of them got captured. So it was Bonkers, Velu, and Portion, which is like the acrobatic participant. So they actually find out that the replacement cuffs come from one of the like sale guards or whatever. So part of the plan has technically been fulfilled. So now that they know where they get the cuffs from, it will be much easier to navigate around. So the guard who was known as Laurel, I believe, Laurel, notices Velu talking about how everything was going according to plan, and that he thinks that getting arrested is probably not a big deal because the others can just free him. And that's when they just discuss back to the plan and stuff like that. Let me see, I'm trying to remember because it's been like a couple days since I read this. Yeah, so he was saying like the best way to figure out what's going on is just by getting arrested and watch what happens next. And that's basically what they do. So they were actually wondering if they should have 3 teams of 2 or 3 teams, no, or 2 teams of 3, and they actually decided to go with 2 teams of 3. So the first team, which was Velu, Portion, and Bonkers, who've already been captured, are not out of the game. They're just kind of like in timeout until somebody rescues them. So this is when I believe the other team rushes towards the other participants to ask them for backup so then they can rescue Velu and everybody else. And that's when Tilty is like, no, I refuse. I'm not actually friends with Velu, stuff like that. And he goes into a little conversation about why he doesn't want to trust any of the other participants, because he's basically been backstabbed before in the past years, the past exams or whatever, and that's why he doesn't want to trust anybody. And he's just like, do you really want to trust Velu? Stuff like that. And it just leads on from there. So we see Mario talking with Tilty a little bit, saying like, yeah, I agree, trusting others is difficult than what people make it out to be. And that's when Velu makes a signal using some type of mold or something, and it reaches the bottom window where Mario and Tilty and the others are. And crap, my throat is dry right now. And that basically gives them like the green lights to continue with the plan. So they know where they get the replacements from. That is from the other staff that reside by the cell. That's like the guards. And now it's time to continue with plan A, which is to cut off the supply chain of the handcuffs. And they can continue from there, because once they continue with this part of the plan, then they can ensure that no one else gets arrested, and it's pretty much a win-win for everybody. So all of the other participants can actually win and have a chance at becoming a hunter. So yeah. I know I kind of sped through this chapter because I really wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible. But don't worry, we'll literally be back within probably like a couple days when the 11th chapter releases. Plus, I have another series that I want to try and start covering now to replace Neru, because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of fell off on Neru a little bit. Like, I think it's a good series overall, but I'm just not really getting enough support on it, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, like, if anybody wants me to continue with, then I'll definitely have no issue with going back to finish it. That's for certain. So yeah, that's all the time we have for this video. goldenhashira out. I hope you all have enjoyed this video, and if so, please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe. And peace out. See you all next time.